Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we continue learning about the trigonometric expression, and as you can see in my slide, we have a three question we need to prove or solve that in this video. The first one, cos square x minus sine square equal to 2 cos square x minus 1. And so question 2 and question 3 here. Okay, one by one we can solve each of them. But the first thing I need to do is the first question, cos square x minus sine square. So I remember about the basic formula of sine square and cos square. We have cos square sine square plus cos square equal to 1. So very easy for figure out. Cos square x will be equal to 1 minus sine square x. So look at the left hand side of this expression. I'm got here is cos square minus sine square x, and you have cos square become to this one or sine square. Question 1, you have cos square x minus sine square x equal to 2 cos square x minus 1. Okay, so do you remember about the fundamental expression in terms of sine square and cos square? You got this formula, sine square plus cos square equal to 1. So from this expression, I very easy for figure out or subject sine square x become to 1 minus cos square x. So look at the left hand side of this expression. Left hand side of this expression, you got cos square x minus sine square x. And I will separate sine square become to this one. I mean, I don't want to rewrite sine square here, but I will write out 1 minus cos square x. Of course, I have to put it into the brackets or parentheses in this expression. So I'm got here repeating. And then the next step, I will break or expand this bracket. You got the minus outside the bracket. Imagine in your mind you have here is minus 1. Multiply 1, you got minus 1. And minus 1 multiply negative cos square x become to cos square x like this. So rearrange, you got cos square x plus cos square x minus 1. And then you got the final answer is 2 cos square x minus 1. So from maybe 3 steps, I'm got this side become to this one. So we done. It's so that okay, it's proven. So the question 2, you got cos square minus sine square equal to 1 minus 2 sine square. Okay, and because same thing, have the identity about sine and cos like this. And then I will separate or subtract cos square x. It's become to something like here. And the left hand side, you got cos square x minus sine square x. It will become to the 1. I don't want to rewrite cos square here anymore, but I will substitute cos square become to this expression. And then I got 1 minus sine square x minus sine square outside the bracket. And the next step, I will separate or I will break the bracket you got here. And look at this, you got 2 sine square minus sine square x minus sine square x. So very easy for write it down like this. Okay, we done. And after 2 steps, I'm got this one become to this one. So this question we done. We finished solving that. Okay, question 3. I think question 3 will be the most difficult in 3 questions in this video. Okay, how can you solve here? And you have to know about the sec x. Sec x is reciprocal of cos. So sec x equal to 1 over cos x. And how can I solve this one? I have to apply algebraic application for solving this one. I don't want to see the denominator in this one, so I will change it become to multiply numerator and denominator with another conjunction, something like this. Rewrite it. 1 plus cos square minus 1 minus sine, and then I will multiply with 1 plus sine x in the numerator, and of course I will multiply with 1 plus sine x in denominator. And after the first step, I will got the numerator, I've got 1 plus sine x multiplied with 1 plus sine x. So I will write it down like this, it becomes 2 square. And how about the denominator? I have two brackets in the denominator, 1 minus sine x and another bracket is 1 plus sine x. So I hope you remember about the formula of algebraic, the difference of square. A minus b plus multiply a plus b equal to a square minus b square. So I will have a new form of denominator. It is 1 square minus sine square x. So how about the numerator? This one is also an algebraic identity. A plus b square equal to a square plus 2ab and plus b square. So I will apply for this one. 1 square plus 2 multiply sine x multiply 1 plus sine square x. Something like this. Okay, now one more time. I'm got here is 1 plus 2 sine x plus sine square x. And how about the denominator? I'm got here is 1 minus sine square, 1 minus sine square. So this question will tell me about cos square x, because remember this one, 1 minus sine square in the question 2 equal to cos square x. So I have here is cos square x, no more sine square anymore. Okay, and from this one I will separate it into the three fraction. The first fraction I've got 1 over cos square x. The second one 2 sine x over cos square x. And the last one I've got sine square x divided by cos square x. Something like this. From the one fraction, I will change it into the three fractions with common denominator. Okay, 1 over cos square. Remember, in this one, I tell you about sec x equal to reciprocal of cos x. It means 1 over cos x. So if you got sec square x is 1 over cos square x. So this one will become to sec square x. And how about the another one? The another form here, I will separate it into the sec x over cos x and multiply 1 over cos x. This is, we have cos square x, so I will separate it into the cos x multiply cos x in this position like this. And the last one, you got sine over cos. Sine over cos is mean tan. So tan square x will be this position. Okay, very easy, right? So I will erase this one for make blank for writing more. And go on, I've got here is sec square x. And this one, sine over cos will be tan. This one, 1 over cos will be sec. And the last one, you got tan. And remember for this one, I've got a square like this, multiply 2ab like this, and multiply b square like this. So the final answer will be, you got a and b, a plus b square is mean sec square. No, it's not square in here, just sec. Sec x plus tan x and square outside. That's all. So we finished changing from the left hand side. After separate step, we got right hand side. Yeah, that is the answer of this question. And I think this one is not easy, very complicated, because you have to apply the knowledge about trigonometric, identity and algebraic application. So it is very hard for you, and I hope this one will help you to solve this equation and understand more about trigonometric expression. Thank you so much, and I have a lot of video about trigonometric expression in my channel, so don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye bye.